High blood pressure, or hypertension, is one of the most serious health threats worldwide. It's often called the silent killer because it can silently cause significant damage without noticeable symptoms. So why is it so dangerous? High blood pressure constantly strains the heart and blood vessels, leading to damage over time. This ongoing pressure weakens arteries, reducing blood flow and oxygen to the heart, which can trigger heart disease, heart attacks, and even heart failure. But it doesn't stop there. Hypertension raises the risk of strokes by narrowing or blocking arteries, cutting off blood flow to the brain, a scenario that can result in stroke, often leading to long-term disability or even death. And high blood pressure takes a toll on the kidneys, too, damaging the vessels that help filter out waste. When the kidneys are impaired, it increases the risk of kidney disease or failure. In today's video, let's dive deeper into the real causes of high blood pressure, the key warning signs to watch for, the health risks it brings, and effective natural ways to lower it. So let's get started. 1. Real causes of high blood pressure. Now, let's talk about what actually causes high blood pressure. There are a few key factors that can drive this condition, some of which are out of our control, but many that we can influence. Number 1. Genetics. The first factor is genetics. Family history plays a big role in whether or not we're prone to high blood pressure. If your parents or siblings have hypertension, it means you're at a higher risk too. Some people have a genetic predisposition where their bodies retain sodium more easily, which can increase blood pressure. While we can't change our genes, knowing your family history can help you take preventive steps. Number 2. Diet. Our diet has a huge impact on blood pressure. Processed foods, fast food, and prepackaged snacks are often loaded with salt and hidden sugars. When we consume too much sodium, it causes our body to retain water to dilute the salt. This extra water increases the volume of blood in our arteries, raising blood pressure. On the flip side, certain nutrients like potassium can help balance out sodium in our body, which is why eating fresh fruits and vegetables, especially potassium-rich foods like bananas, spinach, and sweet potatoes, can help keep our blood pressure in check. Number 3. Lack of physical activity. Regular exercise strengthens the heart and blood vessels, which helps maintain healthy blood pressure. But in today's world, with long hours at desk jobs and the convenience of driving everywhere, many of us lead pretty sedentary lifestyles. This lack of movement can weaken the cardiovascular system and contribute to high blood pressure. Studies show that just 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week can significantly improve blood pressure and heart health. Number 4. Stress. We've all heard that stress isn't good for us, but did you know it can literally raise your blood pressure? When we're stressed, our body releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which cause our heart to beat faster and our blood vessels to narrow. This increases blood pressure temporarily, and if we're constantly stressed, it can lead to long-term hypertension. The tough part is that many of us live with daily stress, whether from work, family responsibilities, or financial worries. Number 5. Sleep quality. Sleep is often overlooked when we think about blood pressure, but it's a critical factor. Quality sleep allows our body to recharge and regulate stress hormones. If we don't get enough restful sleep, our body's stress response gets out of balance, which can increase blood pressure. Sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep, is also a common and often overlooked cause of hypertension. Number 6. Other health conditions. High blood pressure isn't always a standalone issue. Sometimes it's tied to other health conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, or hormonal imbalances. For example, the kidneys play a big role in regulating blood pressure by managing fluid levels in the body. When they aren't functioning well, it can lead to hypertension. Number 7. Aging. As people age, their arteries naturally become stiffer and less flexible, increasing resistance to blood flow and raising blood pressure. This is partly due to a buildup of plaque in the arteries over time and reduced elasticity of arterial walls. Generally, blood pressure tends to increase with age. Number 8. Gender differences. Men are more likely to develop hypertension earlier in life than women, although women's risk increases after menopause. Before menopause, estrogen appears to have a protective effect on the cardiovascular system, but after menopause, women's risk of high blood pressure and heart disease rises significantly. 2. Symptoms of high blood pressure. One of the most challenging things about high blood pressure is that it often doesn't have obvious symptoms. This is why it's called the silent killer. Many people can live with high blood pressure for years without knowing it. However, there are some symptoms that might be linked to hypertension. These can include frequent headaches, shortness of breath, dizziness, or even nosebleeds. But remember, these symptoms can also be caused by other health issues, so it's always best to get your blood pressure checked regularly to know for sure. 3. How to lower blood pressure naturally. So, what can we do if we have high blood pressure or want to prevent it? Fortunately, there are plenty of natural ways to help lower blood pressure without relying solely on medication. Let's go over some simple yet effective methods. Number 1. Adopt a heart-healthy diet. One of the most impactful things you can do is adjust your diet. The DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, is a plan specifically designed to lower blood pressure. It focuses on eating more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins, and reducing sodium and unhealthy fats. Simple swaps, like replacing chips with nuts or adding an extra serving of veggies to your meals, can make a real difference. Number 2. Stay physically active. As we mentioned earlier, exercise helps the heart become stronger and more efficient at pumping blood. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week, which could be as simple as brisk walking, cycling, or swimming. Even light activities like stretching and yoga can be beneficial, as they improve circulation and help lower stress. Number 3. Manage stress effectively. Managing stress is key for controlling blood pressure. Find what works best for you, whether it's meditation, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature. Studies show that mindfulness meditation can be especially effective in reducing blood pressure by calming the mind and reducing stress hormones. Number 4. Limit alcohol and quit smoking. Both alcohol and smoking can raise blood pressure and strain the cardiovascular system. While moderate alcohol intake might be okay, excessive drinking can lead to hypertension. Quitting smoking is one of the best things you can do for your overall health, as it not only lowers blood pressure but also reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke. Number 5. Prioritize good sleep. As we discussed, sleep plays an essential role in blood pressure regulation. Try to establish a consistent sleep routine by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Avoid screens before bed and create a calming sleep environment. If you suspect you have sleep apnea, talk to a healthcare professional. High blood pressure can have serious consequences for your heart, brain, kidneys, and overall health. But knowing the causes allows us to take proactive steps to manage it. By making changes to our diet, staying active, managing stress, and maintaining good sleep, we can naturally keep blood pressure in check. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference. If you have high blood pressure or are at risk, talk to your doctor, take control of your lifestyle, and protect your health. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Natural Health Cures for more tips on staying healthy and living naturally.